Now to California and a high-profile entry into the potential recall race for governor there. Caitlyn Jenner says she's throwing her hat into the ring as a Republican candidate to oppose Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom, who's facing a recall effort from some residents that are pretty unhappy with his running of the state during the pandemic. For more on this, let's bring in ABC's Zohreen Shah. So, Zohreen, Caitlyn Jenner announcing her plan to run in a press release today. What's her message for taking on Newsom?
Yeah, good evening, Kira. She's been flirting with a run for weeks, and this morning she announced that she would jump into the race for governor. Now, if this recall actually moves forward, Caitlyn Jenner would be the highest profile transgender person ever to jump into a race. Now, she's done a lot of advocacy work for the transgender community. She's also been a longtime Republican, but she's branding herself as a social liberal and a fiscal conservative. She says that she has lived in California for the last 50 years, but she says in the last decade, she has seen the state reduced to a single party rule. She says that jobs have tanked. She says taxes have gone up. She jabbed Governor Newsom for dining with lobbyists just a couple months ago during the pandemic. And she says in the next couple of weeks, she is going to be meeting with Californians across the state.
So, Zohreen, let's face it, Jenner does not have any political experience. She has a lot of name recognition, though, and celebrity. So what do you think? What's the word there? What are people saying? Is that enough for folks to take this campaign seriously?
Yeah, no political experience. But look, she is married into one of the most famous families in the country. She married into the Kardashian family, and she's also famous just by herself. A few decades ago, she became an Olympic gold medalist, a huge name in this country. And look, this is not the first celebrity to jump into a political race. You have Arnold Schwarzenegger, who had no political experience before he jumped in the race for governor in 2003 against then Governor Gray Davis. And then, of course, you have Ronald Reagan, who was an actor. He jumped into the race for California governor. He won, and then he went on to become U.S. president in the early 80s. So Jenner is not the first celebrity to jump in a political race, and certainly not the last.
Well, it's definitely going to be interesting for all of us to watch, for sure. Now, this recall effort, it's not a done deal yet. So explain where things stand right now, and how is Gavin Newsom responding to all of this, Zohreen?
Yeah, so recall organizers say that they have 2.2 million signatures. They only need about 1.5, but they're at an 80% verification rate right now. The last count, they had almost the amount that they needed. Gavin Newsom, I just spoke to him a couple of weeks ago. He says that this recall is an assault on California values. He encourages the state to stay united. And just a few minutes ago, I got a response from his spokesperson who says, "We always knew the Republican recall would bring out a ridiculous collection of Trump-supporting candidates, which only reinforces how much Californians appreciate Governor Newsom's competent, compassionate, experienced leadership during an unprecedented series of crises." Now, look, if Newsom were to be recalled, if this recall election were to happen today, it's really unlikely that he would actually lose. Every poll so far shows that he wouldn't. This state is far bluer than it was in 2003. His poll numbers are far higher than Gray Davis's were during the same time as well. Political experts say that his biggest threat is if a prominent Democrat were to jump in the race. Kira?
Well, we'll definitely be watching, that's for sure. Zohreen Shah, thanks so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.